That morning started like any other on my ranch. Then I spotted 3 cement trucks driving straight across my pasture. No one had asked for permission to enter my land. I knew something was seriously wrong. The heavy trucks crushed sections of my pasture within minutes. Fresh tire tracks stretched across land my family had cared for years. Workers followed directions without questioning where they were driving. Every passing truck caused even more damage. I politely asked why construction vehicles were crossing my property. Linda claimed the HOA had approved a route for the project. I explained that this ranch wasn't owned by the HOA. She ignored my concerns and ordered the trucks to keep moving. I showed Linda the official property markers along the ranch entrance. The boundaries were clearly recorded and easy to verify. Several workers looked uncertain after seeing the survey stakes. But Linda insisted the construction should continue anyway. Instead of reacting in anger, I decided to handle the problem the right way. I gathered every property record and reviewed my legal options. One planned drainage project suddenly became far more important. If they refused to respect the property line, the ranch would soon have a clearly defined boundary. The next morning, the county engineer visited my ranch. We reviewed the drainage plans that had already been approved months earlier. The project was completely legal and located entirely on my property. Every measurement matched the official county records. The excavation crew arrived early and began their work. Every trench location had already been surveyed and approved. Bright safety markers surrounded the construction area. Everything was completed according to the engineering plans. Large warning signs were placed well before the construction zone. The drivers had plenty of time to choose another route. Instead, Linda waved the convoy forward with confidence. The workers exchanged concerned looks as the trucks kept coming. The lead truck stopped only a few feet from the trench. The driver immediately realized the route was completely blocked. Construction barriers clearly marked the excavation zone. Linda stepped out, demanding to know why the road had been closed. A county deputy arrived after receiving a complaint about the blocked access. She carefully listened to both Marcus and Linda before reaching any conclusions. Marcus presented the approved permits, surveys, and construction documents. The deputy began comparing every record with the clearly marked work site. The deputy carefully reviewed every document Marcus presented. The surveys, permits, and property records all matched perfectly. Everything had been approved before construction ever began. Linda slowly realized the facts weren't supporting her claims. The deputy inspected every survey marker around the trench. Each one lined up exactly with the county engineering plans. The excavation never crossed beyond Marcus's property. There was no mistake about where the boundary existed. The construction foreman explained how the work had been planned. Every crew member had followed the approved engineering drawings. No one had moved a single boundary marker. The deputy thanked the workers for their cooperation. Marcus then shared aerial photographs taken during previous weeks. The images showed heavy trucks repeatedly crossing his pasture. The damage stretched across several sections of the ranch. The deputy now understood why the drainage project became necessary. A county inspector arrived to verify the construction work. He measured the trench and reviewed the approved engineering plans. Everything met the required safety standards. His inspection confirmed the project had been completed properly. With the inspection complete, the drivers accepted the situation. The convoy carefully turned around under the workers' guidance. They headed toward the proper public construction entrance. The ranch road finally became quiet again. Linda's frustration slowly gave way to reflection. She realized assumptions had created a much larger problem. Marcus spoke respectfully throughout the conversation. Keeping calm helped resolve what anger never could. New signs marked the entrance more clearly than ever before. The property line could no longer be misunderstood. Everyone knew exactly where private land began. Future construction traffic would follow the correct route. The construction trucks never returned to the ranch. The field slowly recovered from the earlier damage. Life settled back into its familiar rhythm. The quiet countryside finally felt peaceful again. Protecting your property begins with knowing your rights. Clear boundaries and proper planning can prevent bigger problems. Patience and preparation proved stronger than arguments. And sometimes, the best solution is simply letting the facts speak for themselves.